We have Strackel
Hi,
here to play Alex Kidd in Miracle World. And Flozon. He's still talking.
Hello.
you will do what
Yeah. Alright. I'll start it off again. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. It's Alex Kidd in Miracle World. For me, speedrun, built-in game to many a Master System. So perhaps you've seen it. But yeah, this is level 1. It's one of the more technical levels straight off. Strackel's going to be descending vertically as fast as possible while picking up that ring and also these gold bags. We need enough gold in level 2 to buy the bike. Bike's often an integral part of Alex Kidd games speedruns. 2 types of levels. Well, there's 3, I guess. There's in the air as well. You have the swimming levels and the running levels, and then the bike levels, but they're fast enough, as you will see. So, since the bike cost 200 in the shop here, we needed over 200 gold, whatever the currency is called. There it is. And that's the only RNG run. Which is the gold bags being big or small, giving you different amounts of money through the first level. So here's a Janken match. And luckily for us, Strackel is a rock, paper, scissors god. So...
I never fail on that.
yeah, I haven't seen him fail. Yeah, this is rock later on. If you lose rock, paper, scissors, you turn to stone and die, as everyone knows in real life. You have the little mini-map as you progress. You go all around it, and then, well, I won't spoil it, but the general plot, as Strackel holds fast to swim and dodges the octopus arms here, is that Janken, the tyrant, is ruling the land, and Alex needs to get his crown back and also rescue various people. Where you take the top route, and if you fall down, you lose a load of time. But perfectly over all the top jumps there. The jump height can be very variable in this. So jump burn, you have a lot of different heights of jump. Yeah, hopefully it's a bit janky sometimes, but it smooths out. Like, it's been okay half the time, most of the time. This is the little village. So a lot of when you punch, you have the 2 buttons, jump and punch. You stop dead. If you're on the ground, you lose your speed and you have to accelerate again. But if you punch while in midair, you get to keep your speed. Here's a bull, by the way, and there it goes, off the edge of the screen, and died. That's how you fight that boss. It does have iframes in between, so the timing of those punches is quite important. Smoothly done. Here is a really tricky level. So this game kind of has tricky levels and really easy levels right next to each other. This one's quite technical because you're using the ring to break through all the blocks here, and the blocks only get broken screen at a time, so you need to keep track of when your bullets are going to disappear so that you can fire another one. Clearing the blocks easily through there though. Which means we're at Scissors Head. Have you guessed the pattern yet? Yeah, this is there is an item in the game that lets you see what the enemies are thinking, but obviously at a second bike level. This bike level much more likely to crash, especially if you're playing it casually. But we also need this other item for later, the cane, which we'll keep in our inventory. Will come in handy for not a glitch later. Nicely biked. Straight, we crash the bike straight into the boss, who then proceeds to get annihilated. Ski, and there goes a jet ski. Into another water level. Oh, nice ghost punch. What? You gave me a heart attack.
just for fun.
So in those question mark blocks, you get various items. You either get the ring, which we saw being used in the volcano, where it wipes the blocks on the screen, or you get a ghost, which then starts moving and kills you instantly when it makes contact with you, chases you. But if you run away from them fast enough, you're fine. Here's a really tricky jump to jump up the. Oh, that was first try, perfect. So there, it's way harder than it looks. And then this level is all about the timing of making sure you're holding right all the way as soon as the cloud is on screen, so that you get under it before it fires the lightning. Otherwise, you'd have to wait. And then threading through the fires at the end here, if you get the precise jump. Didn't quite make it over the like a frame early jump or so. It is down to like the frames for some of these jumps. And you have very few lives in this run, so it's kind of scary. Because game overing is just a straight game over. You instantly lose the run. Oh yeah, here's Paperhead. Who would have guessed? Can we get the clean sweep? There it is. Right, seeing as this is the glitchless run, as it were, that means you get to see the castle levels. Otherwise, the castle levels would be skipped in hideously frame perfect and unlikely to work tricks. But instead, you get to see movement skill and such through them. So yeah, both the castle levels. There's the first one halfway through the game, and then there's the second one at the end. Are the longest and hardest kind of levels. This one's alright, but the second one again. See a little slide through the gap there to avoid having to break all the blocks. One screen we have to actually wait for the flipping fire to get out of the way. You can't quite jump over it. You could get an invincibility item, but it just loses more time to go into a shop and buy it. Oh look, it's Rockhead again. Yeah, so people who've played this game casually might know that Alex's brother, I think, is hidden in this castle somewhere, and you have to save him. But it's a speedrun, so we just get to the end portal and don't need to. But he would normally give you a code, a very convoluted code last level, I think. Oh yeah, by the way, it's not just janken matches now. They have seen the pointless that they cannot win. So then they detach their heads and fly at you. And there he goes. They need 3 hits on their head. You can kind of stun lock them in place if you time it correctly for when the iframes run out. So you go to a whole nother level, immediately into Scissor's head, and have to... Was that guy's head a fist? You got it. You guessed it. Rock, paper, scissors, man. It's an integral part to the Alex Kidd world. Yeah, so we saw Rock's head fly at a leisurely rate, and now we see Scissor's head fly at a less than leisurely rate, but getting the nice position to keep it stun locked there while getting the interval of jump. Right, here we have the helicopter level. This is a scary level, because whenever you die in another level, you get to respawn where the screen was currently scrolled to, but in this one, if you crash the helicopter by knocking its propeller upwards into any ceiling or touching any enemy, you start from the very beginning of the level again. And it's a... Well, in terms of this speedrun, it's a long level. Crash the helicopter without dying there, landing and jumping over the last section, which saves having to take the helicopter all the way down. Here's a king who tells you to get lost, and then you have to be on your way. And that means the final bike level, if there's enough gold, which easily is, nicely planned out. And that means we're almost to the final life there, nice one. But first, of course, is the secondary paperhead fight, if you can call the previous ones fights. Right. Coming up is the final castle, kind of notorious hard final level. It goes on for, what is it, like a quarter of the speedrun, a fifth of the speedrun, aren't there? Because there are a lot of rooms. Again, we're going to utilize a ring that we picked up for that screen wipe effect, the blocks. You can see some precise navigating of these rooms. Any death while you're holding this ring will mean you are no longer holding it anymore, so it'll slow down all of the rest of the subsequent rooms. Alright, nicely through the flames. Halfway through this castle, we have what is known as the death jump. Which is an incredibly tight jump. I don't know if Strackel's going to go for it once, or if he's going to go up the leftwards way, which loses a couple of seconds. But this game is fairly optimized. It is kind of down to definitely down to the seconds on the leaderboard at the moment. Here we go, this is it. Oh, getting up there first try!
Yeah,
that one is the...
I'm so happy for that.
Fall straight onto the flame underneath and die, and it's either ridiculously precise or also sub-pixel dependent, and or if you bonk up again, just kind of decides to let you on or not. Nicely through the frog room as well, straight under the frog, skipping up that section. And into the water. When you land in the water, you lose your... oh yeah, these are the hip. You lose your ring that you've had previously, so now we're going to have to break blocks normally again as we are out of the water. Really tough spike room. That is slightly easier than it looks, but I won't explain it because it looks cooler. There's a final couple of rooms here which have really technical jumps to get through, actually. And after that it's going to be the final boss. And who would have guessed it for the final boss? There's another Janken match, but oh wait, we get to skip it! Because of that cane, you remember earlier, if you select the cane while going into the boss room, you can then fly. The cane lets you fly normally, but it also lets you skip the boss trigger and fly up to where it is stored, as it were, in stone, who you then release and just go to the final level. So, nice. That leads us to just the final level of Alex having to discover the crown, which needs that really convoluted code that I was mentioning earlier. And here it is.
Right. Whew.
I see how delayed I am there. Okay. There you go. Yeah, over the last 2 spikes. Straight into the crown. That is a flippin' speedy run. Died 1 time.
What time? Because I think
Yeah,
I'm near my PB.
Yeah.
Well, final time's a little jank. I started late.
Okay. Because the world record, that it's also my PB, it's 13 minutes, and so we are nearly that. Just because of the death, I think.
Yeah. Well, how long did Death lose? Where was it? We're trying to decide whether it was world record, guys. Build up the height. Yeah, GG's.
might need free time. Yeah, it's 13:29 with what was timed, so probably a little more than that. But yeah, GG.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Hope you
cool.
enjoy.
Real fast time. Yeah, it's a really precise little platformer. Optimizations over the past year. So if you feel like giving it a go, come and join in. There's a Discord and stuff. You can go from the speedrun.com leaderboard.
It's cool to see Master System games getting some love.
Yeah.
And we have also a video tutorial on both categories of the game, so feel free to check and come join us and run this.
Nice, awesome. Well, thank you, Strackel, and
Thank you,
Ozan.
everybody. Have a nice marathon.